Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
God's got his hand in this, and I truly believe that.
Ooh. I believe you're right, Mr. Lindell. Good day, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Big E is in from the cold.
The
God, that
quote,
was a strong self.
quote, cold.
Yeah.
The cold of this February day.
Yeah.
Ah, brisk February morn, huh?
Yeah, spring has arrived early. Boy, that Punxsutawney Phil thing was full of shit, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he didn't know what he was talking about.
No. Thought he said 7 more weeks of winter, but...
I think he said 6. We don't want to misquote him.
Oh, did he say 6?
Yeah.
Is that what he says?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Yeah, sorry.
Liar.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to apologize right out of the gate. I feel like it's going to be, could be a stressful room today. There's been some some things that have happened early in the morning that have really kind of set the tone for the show. And I just don't have a ton of faith that professionalism will rise above all. You know what I'm saying? Not in
My
this
wife's really going to be upset about this.
and
Can
so-
always get a smile out of E with that one. He's mad at me. He's mad at me.
Oh, dude, he's not mad at you. He's furious at you.
Why are you so mad, E?
Because that was bullshit. I know we're going to watch the video, and the video is going to turn out that it doesn't look that bad, and it wasn't that bad, I guess. But, dude, you were 6 inches from hitting me
Well, let
with
me
your
see.
car.
It's about,
Well,
if you go half that, yeah, maybe about
And-
6
and-
half
you know,
that,
sitting
divide
there-
by 3, add 2.
It's maybe more like 6 to 8 inches, but okay.
I think it was less than 6, to be honest with you. I went
E,
like
tell the
this.
listeners what happened.
I was sitting in my tent, and I get a text from
You're
Jay
home.
saying, "Are you in the tent? Are you back from your coffee walk?" And I
See
said,
that right now, I didn't even know that fact. Right now, your fucking antenna should be going up. Why does Jay give a shit if I'm in my nest right
because
now?
I figured that he was maybe going to
Because
stop.
I yell at him when he's not in there, because he needs to entertain the folks.
Well, there was 2
okay.
reasons,
Yeah.
I thought. One reason was that possibly. 2 is that he had offered to maybe get me a breakfast on the way over because I was going to save time instead of by walking to McDonald's like I did the other day.
See, I had good intentions, Mike. I was going to buy him breakfast.
Really?
Yeah.
And so I thought that he was asking me if I was back yet, maybe thinking I hadn't made it back home yet, so he would give me a ride. Like, oh, I could pick you up, thinking that's why
Well, you gotta believe he's not gonna do that.
I thought that was a possibility.
Wow. So anyway, Jay came, once he knew that E was in his tent.
Should I tell him about the mechanical failure I then experienced?
Oh, come on.
The what?
Mechanical failure.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm pulling in the driveway, and it's a very narrow, small driveway, barely anywhere to put my car.
Right.
Especially because E put his car smack dab right there in the prime spot,
Sure.
right by the tent. And I'm pulling in, and I'm driving a Zot courtesy shuttle. Mm-hmm. And I got to be honest with you, the brakes are a little soft.
Oh yeah, I hate that when I
You
get a
know?
new car or a loaner.
You want to
Yeah.
talk
You
about the
don't know
glove
what the
won't
great-
fit argument going on here.
So I came in a little hot. I came in a little hotter than I should have, not
Yeah.
realizing that the brakes are so
Well,
soft.
you're excited. Anytime you get to pull into the studio, it's
Yeah,
like
ready to go.
You're
you
ready
know?
to go. Yeah,
we got the fundraiser going.
Yeah, lots of cheering and
Right.
shit. So I see you whip into the driveway like a ball of sunshine, skipping on in and
Yes.
stuff all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's my mindset, right? I
Right.
pull in the driveway, got a Dodge E's poorly placed car.
Fucking asshole, dude. You are such a fucking asshole.
And then
My poorly placed car.
You'll get the floor next.
No, I
Don't be
won't.
one of those
No, I
interrupting
won't.
people. People don't like interrupters.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jay. I apologize.
No, so I pull in, and like I said, I'm going a little hot for the soft brakes, and thank God I wasn't injured because I unfortunately impacted the tent just a hair.
Oh yeah.
And
You're all right,
I
though.
am all right, and thank God the shuttle's all right.
Yeah.
But we
There's
did
not a scratch on
we
it.
did
would you?
lose
Oh boy.
the live stream kicked out for a couple minutes.
Oh, you ran into E's live stream
no,
feed
I
and all
think
that?
he was messing with the cords again, chewing on the cords.
Oh, yeah.
As he's chewing on
That's
his
what
headphone
fucking
cords.
happened.
Yeah, as you're chewing on your headphone cord, you're going to tell me you aren't? E?
Dude, you know.
All right, what's your side of the story, E? That's mine.
My side is that you're an arrogant fucking asshole, and you ran into my tent, not knowing where I would have been into the tent. What if I had fucking been...
I had watched you for 24 hours straight prior to that. I knew exactly where you were in that
You
tent.
don't know,
Everybody
though.
knows where you are
But
in
you
that
couldn't
tent.
see. I
No,
mean, he could have
no,
at any point
no.
moved, but for the most part, you felt confident that he was probably strong chance that he would have been here.
I wish you would have wrecked the camera and shit, and then that would have. That's what I wish.
Well,
I
that's
wish you would have had to
self-defeating.
pay for that.
Well, then we're dealing with Ron and the fine folks at PC Solutions.
Exactly,
Yeah.
you're dealing with them from your
Well,
arrogant.
you'd have to explain why the camera was positioned so, but
Well, the first question they would ask is, where was the equipment? And we would say, in the tent. And they would go, without
there's only
question, they
one
would go,
person in the tent.
well, who was in the tent?
Yeah.
And we'd be forced to not lie to PC Solutions or Ron and go, well, E was the only one in the tent. Technically
no, that's
speaking.
not true. There was a car in my tent at the end of this, so
a Zot Ford courtesy shuttle. We
Yeah.
want to be clear. You mentioned Ron a moment ago. PC
Yeah.
Solutions has come up big for us with this live
Oh, did they
stream.
make a big donation?
Well, they made a
How
big
about
donation
Zot's-
how about time and equipment?
Yeah, I
like thousands of
know.
dollars,
Yeah, I can't
and
take
a
away
lot of
that.
time that Ron has spent
Well,
going from
Zot put in a
Jackson-
huge amount, didn't they? Because they better. All I see is your damn Zot Ford shuttle car on the car that you parked, in or relatively in East Tent.
Must be an oversight. Zot hasn't come in yet. Oh. Gabarro will come in.
Gabarra will.
Yeah, because he knows that today is a big day for us.
It is.
We need to get to $20,000 in order to take E's cot away and feed him beer.
Yeah.
So if you, the listeners, can get us to 20,000, over 20,000 by 9 p.m. tonight, we will take E's cot, his comfort,
And feed him a lot of beer.
and we will feed him a lot of beer, and that'll be a lot of fun on the live stream.
Now, I know what you're thinking. I understand what you're. Can you hear him? Can you hear him screaming, the listeners, Jay? You know what they're thinking. They're going, why on earth would we want to reward E with beer? I thought
No.
we were supposed to make this more uncomfortable and take things from him. You can hear him screaming it.
We are rewarding you, the listener,
Yeah.
with beer. Because what happens is E becomes tremendously honest when he's drunk.
Yes.
And so with the live stream and the YouTube, the ability to comment and ask questions over YouTube, it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, E cannot. One thing I love about him is he cannot help but be truthful when questions are asked. So you just kind of grease things with a 6-pack or something, and we don't want him blacking out or anything like that, but just tipsy enough to
Just pliable.
yeah, yes.
Pliable to the average listener.
They almost got him the other day to call Sarah Titties at like 3 in the morning. They almost got him to call you and me at 3 in the morning, and that becomes way easier to get to him to do if he's drinking. So technically, it's for the benefit of you guys.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So how was it, E? How was last night out in your?
well, the wind
Your home.
not being like it was the other day was a lot better. But I don't know. It was, dude. I don't know. It's cold. I know you guys can sit here and it's not cold. It's cold when you're just sitting there.
Yeah.
But I will say my tiredness, my lack of sleep from the night before caught up with me, and I couldn't help it. I think I talked to the listeners till about 11.
Less than that, and thank God
Was it 10:30?
thank God you hit it when you did, E, because I was getting tired too, and I can't stop watching your ass.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Come on, E, just turn in." And I'm glad you did it about 10:30, maybe.
Was it about 10:30? I will say
The
I
night
don't.
before he was up late.
Yeah.
late.
I was up to like 3 the night before. I got like 2 hours of sleep. I still didn't get much. I think I got 4 hours of sleep last night, or whatever.
It just sounds too exaggerated to the common person out there.
But I will say, when I put my head down, I don't even know if I made a statement to
Just let it go.
when I
I will.
laid my head down. I don't know if I even made a statement to the people. I think I got to a point where I don't know if I said like going to bed. I don't remember.
I think you said, "I'm going to shut my eyes for a little bit, guys," and then you
Yeah.
were just snoring within minutes.
Dude, I've never fallen
Everybody's like,
asleep.
"Good night, E. Good night. See ya, fuckface."
I don't know if I've not ever fallen asleep that fast, but it was fast for sure. But I don't know. It was
Well-
a long night and a good night, I guess.
A lot of interaction with the people. That was kind of fun to watch.
And we can go through some of his interaction in a second. We should rewind back to the unfortunate incident. I want to put a little space for it there, just to let tensions calm. But Jay, you mentioned the trouble you had with the brakes and whether or
And
not
his
it ended
placement
up.
of the tent, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm so thankful, Jay, that you're all right. You weren't
God,
injured at
man,
all. And,
seriously.
and the
Means a
car's
lot.
not injured too. I mean, it's important that we don't dent up a new You know, God damn it, you could have dented Zot's car if it hit you.
Yeah.
But that being said, all I know is you came in the house excited, like, where is everybody? And for whatever reason, E couldn't get out of his tent. He was kind of stuck in there. And so we were in the house for a few minutes, just like, well, I'm surprised he hasn't come in yet.
Yeah.
And we went outside, and he was just...
He was hot.
He
was more pissed than I've ever seen him, and it's
He
unfortunate.
was-
It's unfortunate that he knocked the live stream out because
When
it
he
would have been
did.
fun to have that on mic.
the timing was spectacular. It was literally the instant your car
Yeah.
pulled up close to the tent
Is when he
E
chewed through the cord.
Yeah, and it killed the feed immediately.
Yep.
And then, so 5 minutes later, E was in there just, you fucking piece of shit cocksucker, I'm done. I'm done.
He has been mad at me before.
Yeah.
Oof, nothing compared to
Dude,
this.
you were even trying to pull it back.
Yeah.
Like fucking, okay, there's the fish is on the line. Let's
Yeah.
reel this one in before it gets too far. And I didn't know what to do because I've never seen E scream that much, swear that much, just carrying on. And he was declaring that he was done. He started bitching about Joel.
Yeah, he did.
Because Joel was ragging on him for going up to some Franklin store to
Yeah.
get breakfast.
See, these are two things that bother E on the live stream that I've noticed. One is people asking him to eat his hat. He feels the need to comment every time you say, dude, eat your hat. Dude, I'm not eating my hat. I'm telling you, I'm just not going to eat my hat.
Well, those
and then,
those of us behind the campaign to get Big E to eat his hat had it up to like $300 or $400 the other
I
night
know.
for him to eat part of his hat, and
just
he's still
one flap. One
Yeah.
flap for $300, and he
Yeah.
wouldn't do it. Taking a
Pussy.
knee again. Pussy. The other thing is when people start claiming that he's not really living like a homeless person. Oh, yeah, a homeless person has a phone. Awesome, E.
Internet,
yeah.
huh?
Oh, yeah, a homeless person can just leave and go buy food whenever they want, huh?
Well, they can actually,
And
by
he
the
gets
way.
pissed off.
Homeless
Yeah.
people can leave whenever they want.
And so
to go get
Joel
food.
was needling him. Just
Yeah.
needling.
Joel's good at that. Joel's good at just like
Oh, he's
once
needled for years.
once the knife is inserted, Joel will like once a week or so just come by and just give it a twist.
Yeah.
Just twist the knife a little bit. E refuses to pull the knife out and relieve himself, so Joel just saunters by and just, oh, that's still there. Wow.
And what you don't know, Joel, is that on a random Tuesday, E could be sitting here looking at his Facebook, and he'll just shut his computer and go, cocksucker! And I'll be like, what happened? Fucking Joel. He'll get up and walk away. So it's working, Joel. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Yeah.
No,
It's
it's
working.
not, actually. But I get mad, but it's not changing any behavior on my end.
Right.
Well, the funny thing is, by the time, because you immediately recognized, Jay, and I want to give you props for this.
Oh, jeez, this will be good. Fucking Christ. I can't believe you could put his whole dick in your mouth like that.
Well,
I mean, how big it is.
you don't
Like,
even know what I'm...
I'm sure I know what you're going to say.
Well, all I know is when you were ranting about the neighborhood, I thought I saw scared children and women coming out of their doors.
It
Like,
was a
what is
rant.
going-
It was a rant.
He was
up
going
and down
on.
the driveway, jumping up and down.
It was delusional too.
Yeah.
It was between Joel.
Coulda killed
Joel
me.
this. I was almost killed. Fuck that guy. Fuck both of you.
I
I'm
wish
out.
you would
I'm
have broken
done.
my leg so I could have sued you. All this
Yeah,
shit.
like he was going on a rampage, and Jay, the ever level-headed, calm one,
Right.
immediately recognized, oh no, he's chewed through the wire on our broadcast here. I got to get this fixed, and so he went inside and immediately started calling Aaron, got texts on the phone,
Yep.
and they were able to somehow get it fashioned. So by the time the broadcast came back up, E was still in mid-rant, which is probably where viewers would have picked it up. Where I apologize, Joel, to you as well. It's got to be rough to hear, some of the unfiltered comments that were coming out of his mouth. Just in a rage, it's one of those where had he like murdered a girlfriend or something, they would have taken into account that lover's rage
Yes,
that you go
absolutely.
into, where they don't give you first degree murder if you walk in and your wife getting butt fucked by some dude and you shoot him.
Classic manslaughter.
Exactly, and E would have fallen into that category because the rage was so strong for such a long period of time. He was just in a rant about Joel and fuck that guy, Joel. I don't give a shit. Fuck him. And then he'd be walking past the camera. Fucking my breakfast. I can eat whatever I want. And that fucking guy. So I go up to the Franklin store and Joel doesn't like it. And fuck that guy. And I'm trying to calm him down. It's.
I almost left. I really almost left. I came very close to leaving for today.
Yeah, you came
not-
inside
I'm
and
not
got your
kidding.
keys.
I'm not kidding.
He declared at one point, Jay, you might remember this, but he was like, "I'm definitely not doing the show today, and I might leave for good." And then he stormed inside and got his keys.
All because of a mechanical failure.
Yeah,
God. Unbelievable.
faulty brakes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A little soft. A little soft.
Did we get that story right?
No.
Well, let's see it on camera. I mean, we have the second
Look,
camera.
Of course, it doesn't look as good as bad, but you know what?
It doesn't look as severe, does it? It looks like perhaps a mechanical failure, some soft brakes.
No, it does
Followed
not
by
look
an
like
overreaction.
It does not look like a mechanical failure.
You'll see me approach the tent and make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
It does not look like a mechanical failure.
So if you're watching us on YouTube right now, you can see.
We have the split screen.
And I don't think there's audio, unfortunately, because it's using the other camera. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the split screen. We've got, you'll see E's car parked poorly, taking up half the sub. Oh.
Okay, so there's Jay's car in the background
Yeah.
pulling up to my driveway.
You can see I have very little room to park.
Yeah,
Because of where
very
he has
little.
positioned the tent
There's
and the
so
car.
much room to park.
And you don't want to run over
I
his
don't wanna-
hopscotch.
Right over
hopscotch.
here. Right over here.
Field.
Plenty of room.
So I would have parked it, yeah, right where you're parking.
Right there, right?
Yeah. And right then is when E apparently or
Chewed
something
through
chewed
the wire.
through the wires
Yeah.
there and lost the broadcast.
Yeah, so you can see here, I get out and I want to make sure he's okay.
Yeah. Sorry for the technical difficulties there. The sound's been cut out for some reason. By
Yeah.
E probably. Yeah, see those Zot logos? Zot's getting some great promotion out of this.
Huge promotion. Look at that Ford Fusion. What is that, a 2014?
Sure is. You can see the I-75 logo.
Beautiful Torador red.
Sure.
I don't know how long this goes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're talking outside the window. I'm making sure I'm okay. Thank God.
Yeah, you're going around to
Thank
check
God
on
I'm
the vehicle.
okay. Yeah.
That's
good.
okay.
That door opens properly. Thank God.
Fucking asshole.
If you guys could hear, and then you grab your stuff like you should. I mean, you
Yeah.
are at the office. But seeing E, if you could hear E, and it's good that the steady E
Yeah.
is there because he is going.
See, I'm checking on him, making
Yeah.
sure he's all right.
You're looking at the hood of the car too,
Dude,
That's
he
good.
is hot at that point.
Oh.
Blaming it all on me. You know?
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, you fucked up the live stream. Way to go, fucker. You
Which is
could have
true.
killed me, dude. You could have fucking killed me.
Which is true. You
Which-
could have killed me, but you could have hurt me.
As I'm known to do, gentlemen, though, forever the peacemaker, I was able to come inside, get Jay to relative safety, get him, separate the parties. Jay immediately started working on a fix. And again, thank you
Technical
for that, Jay.
fix, yeah.
Yeah. Then I went out and I was trying my best to keep my distance from E because at that point I just didn't know. I thought I saw him foaming at one point. But I finally got him calmed down a little bit, got him in his tent, and then I had to, have a discussion with him, and he was like, he could have fucking killed me. He could have braked my
I
leg.
never said kill.
You said he could have braked my leg, and I said he could have killed you. I mean, or whatever the circumstances that led to this. I mean, yeah. And he's like, fuck yes, I wish he would have. I wish he would have, because then he'd be in trouble for that, and blah, blah, blah. And I had to tell him, and I felt bad about this part, Jay.
But you had to be honest.
But I had to be really honest and explain to E the weird position he was putting me in, because there's a lot of people that enjoy this show, and if E were in fact run over and killed in that situation,
Thoughts, prayers, and all that shit. But
E, if I have to testify, like I hope you understand, I'm going to have to, like at least throw a butcher knife in the tent and claim you came after Jay or something, because otherwise the whole show gets ruined. Like, yeah, it's
That's
sad.
creative.
It's sad that he's dead and all, and we'll carry his name and legacy. We'll make
stuff
sure.
him. We'll stuff him and put him in studio. We'll
Yeah.
mount him.
He's flipping me off right now, but. Honestly, E, the alternative is I go and rat Jay out, and then also, besides the fact that you're dead now, he goes to jail, and that makes you happy?
Yes.
E, I do want to follow
Selfish.
up on this for a moment. A couple years ago, we talked about when you die, if you die, whatever.
The stuffing is fine.
We can still stuff you? Okay.
Yes.
I just
Ma-
wanted this to be a material so that his face could be exposed and his neck pointing his face out so we could slap it
him.
every day, just like as we walked in. Hey, good morning, E, and smack his face. So you just have a forever red mark on his cheek.
Yeah.
So anyway, I hope you understand the position you put me in, E. When you made the declaration about you could have died.
Sure.
It made me,
You know
dude.
what? Whatever.
Well, I would think that you would be just happy that the show carries on, and I would do my best to carry your name
Hey,
along with
speaking of
us.
the fundraiser, gentlemen,
Yeah.
like I said, if we can get to 20 by 9 p.m., we'll take his cot and we'll give him beer, which will be a lot of fun. We're at 16.6 and change, so we're within striking distance, I think. But we're only there with the help of people like Sean, who gave $1,000 this morning.
Holy shit!
Seriously, dude.
Wow.
E, did you say you were corresponding with Sean Ratchford?
Yeah, I believe that. Well, I didn't know his last name, but there
gave
was a Sean talking,
$1,000?
Dude, he plunked down
Wow.
$1,000 this morning.
Yeah, that was awesome. I remember that.
Dan
That's
Rankin
incredible.
coming in with $100. The Nana Fady Foundation for Advanced Pubic Grooming coming in big with $100.
I feel like you kind of fucked Dan Rankin there, Jay. I got to be honest with
Sheen
you.
coming $100 from William Ozark, $250 from Sarah.
Nice.
Gregor coming in with 50. Thanks so much, everybody. This is Frank Splan with 100, 200 from Visiting Angels, as I mentioned, 150 from Dan Banks, Eric Baranek, $100, Kevin
Wow.
Hager, $100.
What about
Good
Tony
stuff.
the Cat?
Tony gave, right?
$30.
Yeah,
I'm just
$30
kidding.
from Tony.
$30, not bad. From a cat, that's great.
Heather gave 75. Yeah, good stuff. Also got to mention TJ's Lawn Care gave to us, as well as The Vu, Deja Vu Love
Was that
Boutique.
serious?
Yeah,
Oh.
our boy Joe
Oh, okay.
from The Vu out in
Okay.
Vegas.
Someone said
Nice.
Deja
Yeah.
vu, and I was like, no, really?
Yeah, it's The Vu, dude. And
Gotcha.
hopefully, if everything goes right, we'll be seeing more of them as we go forward here. But thank you, everybody. Please go to our site, DetroitCast.com, and there you will see a link to our SOS fundraising page. And please give generously.
Yeah, it was funny. He is so skeptical of people in general. Like he didn't believe Mrs. Fady could possibly be his mom. It was Tony the cat, and then Mike Massey was watching him this morning, and Mike Massey was commenting, and he's like, "It's probably a fake, not the real one." You know, he was convinced that Mike Massey wouldn't waste his
Sure.
time watching E, and so I was like, "All right, E, ask him where he and I had brunch when I was out in Denver last week." He's the only one besides Beth who would know that, and so he asked as kind of a verification code.
Yeah.
And Massey was able to tell him, yeah,
Quote
where-
must say, meaning it was Beth, right?
could have been, sure, but he was able to say where it was, and then verified it. So even big names like Mike Massey are watching you, E.
Yes, that was kind of interesting, for sure.
Hey, one other note on the fundraiser. We said we'd be drawing for prize pack winners. Ryan Hertz, you are a winner, my friend, with a $72 donation. That puts you in the hat. We said $50 or more would get your name in a hat. You were drawn to win Mr. C's Car Wash. This is a $27 value, dude. This is good stuff.
Yep.
This isn't just your regular wash here.
This is the one where they'll go in your car and like vacuum it.
Yeah, Manny will clean
Try
the
not to
shit out
steal
of
your
car.
change
Right.
out of the cup holders, all that good stuff.
Exactly. Reviewvintage.com, some cool Detroit-based tees that they're going to be giving us. MotorCityDesignShop.com, that's Cliff that we talked about last week with the cool wood signs, and in-stock marketing coming through with those tactical knives. So
Excellent.
there's your prize packet, Ryan. We will be contacting you about how to go about getting that.
Very good. Jay, I stumbled onto something yesterday on accident through you, help from you. And I'm thinking, you know how I've been trying to lose weight. Been working on this for a while. And yesterday, I've been struggling the last couple of days. I've been sick.
Yeah.
I've been just exhausted, tired, and blah, blah, blah. And so, anyway, Jay brought over some hard-boiled eggs yesterday. And he starts peeling them. I'm like, man, those look pretty tasty. And he's like, here, you can have one. I've got some extras.
Before you get too far with this, I did
Yeah.
bring a couple more today, and I think we were able to share some of those with E. E, did you enjoy the hard-boiled eggs?
You mean the ones that I opened up, the yolk was still there, frozen?
What are you talking about?
There's video proof of it, so you can say what you want. I opened that egg and showed it to the camera.
Those
so.
were delicious hard-boiled eggs. Can you dispute that, Mike?
Oh, I thought they were
They're
tremendously
perfect.
good.
You know
Yeah.
the ones that just peel like so
Easy.
easily?
Yeah.
You don't have to pick off half the egg with the peel. They're lovely. So I
Awesome.
don't want you criticizing my eggs, E. Okay?
But I ate one of them yesterday, and then like 10 minutes later, I was like, oh man, I don't feel so good. And I ran upstairs just in time to puke in my toilet. And it was just like, it looked like one of those, like if you whipped up over medium egg.
Yeah.
It was like that.
Oh,
It was just
nice.
like the whole thing came out. But I still had the feeling like I felt full still from eating the egg.
Ooh, well,
So I
are you
was like,
onto something?
Dude, maybe this is the way to do it. Like, what a perfect thing. Like, I eat food, like a whole meal, anything I want, and then as long as I vomit it back up afterwards.
You could be heroin chic in no time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm thinking, I don't know if anyone's ever thought of that, but dude, it just hit me when I threw that up, I was like, as I was done and wiping my mouth off, I was like, I still feel like I ate that egg.
Stumbled onto bulimia.
What?
It's beautiful. Whatever.
Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
you might have something here.
Yeah.
So you had the taste of the egg.
I did.
But I'm surprised that you still had the
That
satisfaction
really would work.
of the egg.
That would really work. Would work well with desserts.
Yeah.
because the desserts are really fatty. We all know.
I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder. Would that have any? Just having the taste of, say,
Well.
a donut or something. Would that
Well.
give you?
I have a
What do
little.
you, once it's in your stomach, what would you need it for? You
Yeah, but is it still satisfying if you just? I don't know. I don't know.
I've got a little
there
background.
must be something
in this,
to
Jay.
it.
Yeah, there
people are
must
doing
be.
it.
I do have a little background in this that I could share with you that I don't think has ever been shared publicly. However,
You have an eating disorder?
no, I don't have an eating disorder. Of course not.
He
but-
eats too much.
Yeah. There was a time years ago on the Drew and Mike show when I can't remember who it was. I think it was one of the politicians' offices would send us every year on Fat Tuesday. They would send us punchkis, and it was kind of a thing like our annual delivery from his office or whatever. And it'd be like this
Was
huge
it Cox or something like that?
It wasn't Cox, but it was. I can't remember who it was or why it started, but they would bring this huge thing of like the cherry ones and the lemon ones, which I love those lemon ones. But they were like 2,000 calories each, every one of those things. Apple ones, and they'd be sitting in our office, and Mark and I would just be sitting there going, "Oh man, I know we shouldn't, but God, those look good." And so what Mark and I started doing was we would take a donut and we would take a giant bite, and then
Oh God!
is it? Is there a problem?
Just tell your story, Mike.
Sorry.
Look at this
Okay.
streaming right here.
All right.
I don't know what to.
All right. We'll fix that interruption in post.
We'll fix it in post. Well, you got me scared there. I was like, oh shit, am I about to go somewhere I'm not allowed to? Jay wouldn't even know this.
no,
He
that's
couldn't
why I was
possibly
writing
know.
a note to E.
Oh. Well, anyway, so we would take this thing and we would just start eating the donut and we would chew and chew and chew and chew and chew and chew
then-
some more. And right with that, you know that part when you're finished chewing
Yeah.
and you swallow?
Yeah, I think that's what gives you the satisfaction, though.
We would just turn to the garbage can and go and spit it all out and then take another giant bite and chew and chew and chew. And I'm telling you, man, it was way better than nothing.
Yeah.
It was because you were getting like half the enjoyment of it with almost none of the problem.
Wonder if you just took a little swallow, you know?
Well, I'm sure some of it got swallowed in the
Yeah.
in the mass confusion. And dude, it honestly got hard to spit it out because your natural reaction is so much to swallow it.
Yeah.
But it was better than not eating the punchkis, and so we did that every year.
How many do you think you went through, like on a?
We
regular-
did a case of them, but we didn't swallow any of them.
no,
man,
spitting
this
them
is
out.
so good.
It's awesome.
so good.
We should try that this year.
Yeah, I would try it
I'd
this
like
year.
to partake.
It's not that bad.
Sounds delicious.
I mentioned Mike Massey too,
Mm-hmm.
and he wrote me about. We were talking about Nothing Compares to You, and he was listening to the podcast when we were talking about that. And he wrote me the beautiful irony of the Nothing Compares to You song that he did. You
Yeah,
want to hear it?
we were talking about it yesterday. How like Princess people shut him down initially, and then how he got that YouTube video back
Yeah.
up, and we were kind of stepping on probably what the real story was. But what's the real story, Mike?
Well, the real story was Nothing Compares to You is the only video of mine ever to have the audio muted at the request of the publisher. Well, until recently, I suppose. My Boys of Summer is no longer available in the U.S. at the request of the Eagles publisher. Nothing Compares to You was actually the first live video I ever posted from the Pie, the bar that we first saw him in.
Right. Little pizza pie place in Salt Lake City, is it?
Exactly, where he was doing Africa. That was in the Pie, that video. So the first video he ever posted from there was Nothing Compares to You. Within about 2 weeks, the audio was muted at the request of the publisher. I began wondering if that was going to be happening all the time, since it happened on one of my very first videos. But again, it never happened until 2015. But then it never happened again. Sorry. In 2015, I reposted it before Prince passed away. After consulting with the folks who were handling some of my YouTube publishing stuff at the time, they indicated it should be okay so long as I didn't attempt to monetize with ads. I do kind of remember him telling us that. I should note that there were no ads on it originally when it got muted. So the only song I ever had to delete from my channel because YouTube, a.k.a. Google, muted the audio becomes the one song that gets used in the tribute commercial. Perfect.
Yeah, that is kind of ironic.
Yeah. So,
Interesting.
yeah. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
Prince was a fun governor when it came to his music out there. I mean, every right to be so, but
Yeah. Yeah, you can see it from both sides,
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyway, E, is there anything else you want to tell us? I was enjoying watching your stuff last night.
Not really.
I know Jay was.
Dude, I loved just the frame of him laying there with that hat on and him looking at his phone, just answering questions for the people.
Yeah.
I couldn't get
Yeah.
over it, man. I was laughing my ass off.
What was annoying was Chubbs got on there as a I'm not going to say the name, but Chubbs got on there as a name. And then started asking questions that he knew the answers to from my past. Like, wow,
Like
what about
embarrassing
this?
shit?
Yeah, what about this?
Ooh.
And then when other
well
people
done, Chubbs.
and then when other
Nicely
people
played, Chubbs.
Yeah, and then when there was this other guy that was specifically asking like stuff, like really trying to pry, and then
Yeah.
Chubbs' character would be like, "Yeah, what about his question?" It's like,
Oh, I did see that.
that was Chubbs.
Okay.
The guy would be like, "Yeah, what about Will? What about what Will was asking?"
Yes, Steve kept saying how great Will's questions were.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was-
and one of the things that Will presented, which I thought was a great question, just really well put, was marry, fuck, kill. And he used Gab, Beth, and Kadog's girl. And E refused to answer it. And I thought, that's making E uncomfortable. I
Oh
saw him
yeah,
look
he
at
doesn't
her,
want to
"Ah,
answer
fuck
Robin, Beth, or Gab. For
Fuck that! I'm not answering that. He scrolled by it. I'm like, no, E, you got to answer this one. And so he
Yeah.
went back and answered it. How'd you answer it, E?
Oh, I can tell. I can promise you, I know how he's going to answer this. He'd kill Beth for sure. For sure, he's always had it. That's like his.
That's not true. But one
yes,
of
it
those-
is true. You don't even like Beth.
That's not true. I like Beth.
No,
but
you don't.
That's not true. That's not true. But
Beth thinks you hate her.
that's definitely not true.
Yeah.
But of the three people
I have to
there,
agree with her. I think you do too.
I do hate there's no way hate her. Doesn't
You hate
matter.
her, but whatever.
Fine,
Carry
whatever,
on.
Fine. Of those three people, if I had to kill somebody,
Who would it be?
it was Beth.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
Creative.
Oh, shock.
she's the most high maintenance, I think, of the three people there. The most per.
Well, that's all right.
So there's that. And then it came down to me being very
That's
uncomfortable.
unfair, by the way. Robin's Canadian. She can't be high maintenance.
Right, by
You know
nature.
what I mean? Yeah.
Okay,
I
well,
mean, they're just
it doesn't
they're such
matter.
relaxed creatures over there in Canada.
Here's what I'll give
So it's not a
Beth.
level playing
in
field.
being killed by E, at least she didn't have to suffer through sex or marriage.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
So she gets away good out of this by being annoying to E enough that she'd be the one killed.
Yeah, but how would he kill her? Do you know how you'd kill her? E?
No, I don't know how.
Would
I'd
it be
kill her.
vicious or fast? Like, what's the deal?
No, I'd probably try to just do poison or something, I guess.
Poison. Then someone could be sick for hours and hours in agony as they rot from the insides.
How about a spade shovel to the back of the head?
Yeah.
Sure.
And then you can use the shovel to make a shallow grave.
That's a good point.
Oh. Is that
Although
what
what
happened
I-
to Holly? What'd you do to Holy, you son of a bitch?
Although, what do people say?
And for the future, Jay, please just say African American shovel. I don't think we're supposed to say spade shovel anymore. Go ahead, E. What
I
were you
think
gonna
what
say?
you're supposed to in the North, what I saw before, aren't you supposed to? If you can use if we had icicles, you can use one of those big icicles to stab someone. 'cause
Oh,
then
and what happens to the murder weapon? E?
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Sounds like a Hardy Boys mystery to me.
Melts away.
Sounds like he's
Encyclopedia-
thought about this.
Encyclopedia Brown, maybe.
Beth, either wear a helmet over here or just don't turn your back on him in the future. So who would you bang and who would you marry then?
Well, this is where it got uncomfortable for me.
So killing Beth was easy.
It's not
Like,
uncomfortable at all.
he's got no problem killing Beth, but who you'd fuck versus who you'd marry.
Because I know who I'm talking about and the situation and stuff.
So you fucked Gab and you married Robin. That's what I would think.
Well, what? No. Well, what I came up with is I didn't diplomatically. I didn't want
Very
to just
good,
say
yeah.
someone's hot and I want to fuck them, or like I feel like then if I
Well, they're both hot. So,
but if I choose marriage,
so why
for
would you
someone,
even
then
need to say that?
Well, because I feel like if I choose marriage for someone, someone might be like, "Oh, well, what is their real feelings there?" So I
Don't tell me Manny, Russell, and Sweet Pie have a new stepdad.
I decided
no.
that when I see Jay, all I know is I see Jay walking in with these amazing meals every day, chicken, whatever he's always walking.
So
in.
Robin
bitch nigga. Buy your own damn fries.
Someone tried to get me to say that last night too, and I would not say that part of it. But I just all I know is I don't know how Robin cooks. I know what I got with Gab, so I decided that I.
Oh
would,
my god, E, this is the dumbest decision I've ever heard you make. This is retarded. First off, you fuck Gab for sure. I get it. Fine, you want to kill Beth. You've always hated Beth. Whatever. It's your nemesis. But you fuck Gab. You know
going for the
she's
dual citizenship here, Mike? How are you playing this?
no. Here's the thing.
Oh, the kid?
First off,
Are
you
you
know
talking about the
Gab's
kid?
down. She's willing to go in a closet for Christ's sakes. The other thing is,
Gab's down.
I mean, she's at least cool.
Yeah.
You know, she's at least cool.
Yep.
I'm assuming Robin is, what with the Canadian aspect and all, but I don't know for sure. The problem with Gab is, and it's a huge problem, the responsibility that comes into moving into that role, and now you've got a family.
I know,
with
I didn't
Robin.
think about that.
Robin
Married
doesn't have
and
kids.
And she doesn't
got
want him,
three
I don't
kids.
think. I don't think she wants
You've got 3 kids and college to think of. They're driving age now,
I didn't
almost.
even
I mean,
think about that.
like,
You
dude,
promise me you'll take care of the kids. Come on, E.
Fine.
I mean, with Robin, it's like you can just, you know, whatever, as long as you don't finish it or you don't have to deal with kids.
I didn't
but
think about that aspect when I was doing my.
no brainer,
Just thought
dude.
of E finishing and Robin.
Yeah.
Poor Robin. Poor Robin.
I know.
Oh,
It's awful.
Such a nice girl.
I don't know, dude. That was my reasoning. So
No, flawed reasoning. By the way, that game, that is a fun game.
Yeah.
There's some teachers at a school here in Michigan.
Heard about that. Got in a little hot water.
Yeah, they sure did. You know, anytime you see, and this happened at Harrison when we were there, like, was it Shots Saloon where all the coaches and teachers would hang out?
I think it was Mr. Joe's, to be honest. Yeah, maybe it was Shots. Yes, Shots.
I think they used to go to Shots at 10 and Orchard
Yes,
Lake.
for sure.
And they would hang out there. And, you know, late when we got older, when we were bar age, like 16, 17, when we were of legal age to go in and drink
Like, hey,
in those
there's
bars,
Mr.
it was
So-and-so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Coach Sutter, what are you doing here? And he's like, no, what are you doing here? I was like, nothing. But yeah, you could see how they you know, alcohol loosens you up. And these teachers were apparently caught on camera playing this game,
With students' names.
Fuck, Marry, and Kill with students' names.
Ouch.
Yeah, which would be kind of fun. Like if you had to be in that
Dude,
environment.
if you're a student and you can see your teachers playing with your names, that would be a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, all the
See
videos.
Mrs. Sparrow
Yeah.
just pining over whether she'd kill or fuck you, Mike.
Oh, she would have killed me and done you.
That would have been awesome.
She probably would have married Derek, killed me, and banged you.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
I had to get inside Miss Sparrow's head, that's how I think she would go.
We're in Stratford. That Mrs. Sparrow.
Quick announcement, ladies and gentlemen. As you notice, we're in Stratford. Big yellow bus.
This little field trip.
Yep. So yeah, a school secretary has resigned, and 2 teachers have been given written warnings. Footage of the game played in Bangor, Michigan. Are you familiar? E, are you familiar with Bangor, Michigan?
no.
Bangor, I hardly even know her.
No, I think I've heard of it, maybe, but no, I don't know.
Well, it was uploaded to YouTube after being filmed by a stunned customer. So they were talking loud enough in the bar that a customer was like, "I think they're talking about their students."
Wow.
Yeah. And
So
angry.
they're like 4 games into this thing. By the time you pick up your phone, you realize, holy shit, these are teachers talking about students.
Yeah. An angry crowd gathered outside a board meeting to discuss the matter. Okay. So, it's way on the west
By
side of the
South
state.
Haven.
Yeah. No wonder we haven't heard of it. So anyway, one of this crowd gathers Amanda Reprogel, the mother of a boy with special needs who was referenced in the video. All right. I know this is totally out of line, but if there's a guy with special needs in the equation, fuck, marry, or kill. I mean, right? So they had to kill her kid.
Yeah, they did. I bet
Right?
Unanimously, they were killing a disabled kid.
Yeah. But in their defense, I mean, if you
They probably did the
assume-
whole joke, like, does it even work? And all that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to get up. I try to fuck him, but end
Yeah.
up killing him. Certainly don't want to marry him. He's useless. I bet that whole conversation.
Man, it'd be so hard for a parent to have to hear.
Yeah.
But in fairness to the teachers, I mean, if you didn't think anyone was hearing this, it's just me, you, and E in a room.
You got to answer.
You got to
know?
answer. I mean, gun to your head.
Yeah. That's the game, man.
Yeah. Everybody's familiar with the game. And it'd be almost worse to say fuck or marry anyways. There's some criminal charges being pressed now. I'm not sure how that's going to work exactly.
Yeah, what are the criminal charges?
I don't know. I guess one of the teachers is like, I'm suing, or one of the parents or something was like, I'm suing. Do you want to hear a couple minutes of it? You can hear kind of what they were saying and how they were discussing it.
Unfortunately,
I would fuck so and so.
so this is,
This is pretty loud.
yeah, it looks like they're the only ones in the place other than the filmer.
Yeah. Looks like they're at Buddy's or something.
Filming in portrait, of course. You got a male teacher. I didn't know there's a male. This changes everything.
Yeah. Did you hear what he said? He says, I'd marry this girl because she's a fan of the Tigers and because she's cool. Because when I was wasted on the last field trip, she never reported me. So you know she can keep a secret.
Oh, shit.
Now, why is that game changing? What, guys aren't allowed to join in the fun?
That just seems really inappropriate, Mike. A dude nailing high school girls or being into high school girls. Next thing you know, he's going to be dry humping her in some hotel room. Who knows?
Yeah. Poorly or...
Watch the buck back.
Well, that's what it is. In the dry hump, if anyone's listening, amateurs out there, any rookie amateur, usually women, because women are usually on top in the dry hump game.
Got to be careful with the denim. The denim seams can work for you or against you, right? The denim seam can provide an impact point that's pleasurable.
And it gives you a spot to line up. You know where you're at based on the stitching of denim.
But to an amateur, it's not to be fucked with.
What happens typically is you get a nice grind going, your old-fashioned dry hump. And during the DH session, if a girl is on top and they get overly excited, oh my God, I can't believe their heart's racing, and they've got the upward pattern going. They get in a rhythm with you and they slide up. It's always the buck back that is the problem, and they get too much momentum. They get too excited.
It's going to chafe,
and you're going to chafe
every time.
And and I know what you girls are thinking. Oh, I don't give toothy BJs, or I don't come back too strong.
Let's be honest. Is the dry hump good for dudes in any way? I mean, it's only the chicks are the only ones getting off in a dry hump situation.
Well, it's a good lead-in if you're young.
Yeah, if the participant is willing to use it as a lead-in and actually finish the dude off afterwards. I mean, we've heard horror stories.
Well, the fact
chicks
is,
who I guess don't realize that, or
don't
want to reciprocate.
Think their job is done there.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a common misconception too that a girl, like that she thinks that she's awesome. Like she's like, oh my God, I was riding on it,
great,
like churning butter with my vagina on it. In their mind, it was like this is amazing for him, and it's like what you don't realize is you got too excited. You went way too rough on the buck back. You caused major chafing, which takes a guy out. And the way you know that you've failed miserably at this is he doesn't come back for seconds. You know what I mean? Like if you get someone that's not even willing to come back for a second offering,
that's a great point,
or take it further, if they're willing to just like shut the game down, then you came way too strong with the buck back.
This is all hypothetical, though. We're not talking about anyone in particular.
No, that's what's the great thing about this show. We don't single people out.
Hey, Mark Leibovitz has 16 years of institutional investment experience, including being a senior portfolio manager on a mutual fund. That shit's impressive. His background is in investments, not sales. Let him use his experience to build an investment plan for you. Call Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial. He's at 248-626-2000. Call that number and ask for Mark now.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
And let me say this about Merck. I have perused the survey responses, and I have seen several people answering the question, have you used one of our sponsors, saying, I've been meaning to call Mark, I just haven't. Call Mark. Get on his calendar, man. What are you waiting for? Every day that you wait, you're losing money, honestly.
You are.
That money can be working for you.
And he's good. He's good people. He's good at what he does.
Very good.
And he should have good stories. More about Jay than me. He's known Jay longer than me.
I've known Merck since 2nd or 3rd grade.
Yeah. Was he was or was not around for King Kong Land? Your reign of terror?
No. That was... he would have been in Mrs. Beardsley's 3rd grade class. So 2nd grade, I reigned over King Kong Land, and then I met Merck in 3rd grade. Deuced was in that class as well. It was a split class, 3rd and 2nd.
Oh yeah, he would have been a year younger.
Yeah, so that was kind of fun.
Wow. Yeah, I would have loved to have been in that class with you guys. Did you see that Michael Flynn has resigned as our national security advisor, Jay?
I did, dude. 3 weeks in, just over 3 weeks in. Wow. Yeah. Scandalous, Mike.
Yes. He's the one that had the kid that was in a role with the early Trump, what is it, an advisory role?
During the transition time, he was in some advisory, quote, role that I'm sure a lot of people who worked on the campaign
Omarosa's
were.
in.
Yeah, you know, they're doing whatever busy work and getting paid, getting paid for their help on the campaign essentially.
Yeah.
And getting moved into these roles, hopefully with the
Do
administration.
you have any idea what those roles are? Is it like like it's your I know like
Dude,
Van Jones was one of those for Obama, and it was like connecting to the black community somehow, like outreach programs. Like I don't know what they do.
A million
though.
levels of bureaucracy, and they're hoping to fit in somewhere, right? At least under the old system, right? This is the new Trump system, so he wouldn't do that. But anyway, this Flynn character, his son, was caught up in that scandal with the fake news about the pizza place.
Pizzagate.
Pizzagate was the idea that Podesta and Hillary Clinton were abusing kids under the floor of this pizza place.
Comet's Pizza in Washington, D.C.
That there was this lair underneath the pizza place, and that's
Yeah.
where they were abusing and torturing kids.
It was a pedophile ring.
Yes.
A D.C. pedophile ring run out of Comet's Pizza. But that started to get legs, and this is the problem with not being able to trust your media is people don't know what they can and can't believe anymore. And so there were real-world consequences, which is always the fear I have with these stories.
Mm-hmm.
And because there was a guy that was like, no offense, Biggie, but probably a guy a lot like Biggie who believed what he heard and was like, oh my God, I'm going to go in and be a hero.
He walked in with an AR, right?
Yes, and started like firing into the floor and the wall. Was like, where are they?
I'm going to save the kids.
Where are the kids? And I'll take a slice and a Sprite. But
He
where are the
needs to
kids?
be better trained.
And so they're like, we don't have any fucking kids here.
Yeah,
and so he started like looking for secret passages and walls. Like, where are they? I know they're here. And it was bullshit. But Michael Flynn Jr., for his part, had tweeted out a link to that pizza store story, and was like, it will until you can prove otherwise, it will continue to be, up for speculation or something, and tweeted that out. And here's a guy that's officially working on some level. And so they did what they should do, which is blow him out. Fuck this. We don't need this kind of stuff. So now it's his old man that's been blown out, apparently over ties to Russia.
Well, yeah, he lied about what he discussed with the Russian ambassador in that lead-up time.
The Russian ambassador to the U.S.
Correct.
Yeah.
So after Trump is elected, Flynn has some conversation on the phone with this ambassador, and he apparently does reference the sanctions that Obama put in place with respect to Russia for the meddling in the election. And we'll remember this, Obama slapped him on the wrist and imposed sanctions as a consequence to that. So Flynn has this conversation, and then he reports back to now Vice President Pence about what the conversation had to do with, and he conveniently leaves out that the sanctions were discussed.
Yeah, and so he apparently said something about, once this Obama administration's out of here, I mean, this is a speculation anyways, I mean, it's classified, but it was kind of like, we should be able to relieve some of those stresses and tensions once the new administration officially takes over.
Yeah, kind of a don't worry about it, dust will settle, we'll be fine.
Fucking Obama will be out of here soon enough, so we don't have to deal with that shit anymore. Wink, wink.
But he's asked about it by the New York Times. He denies it. We didn't discuss sanctions. He also apparently tells Pence this. We didn't discuss sanctions.
Yeah.
Well, little did he know, rookie,
Yeah.
the FBI is
Tapping
tapping
it.
this ambassador's phone line.
Yeah. And they
So
heard all this.
when presented with the truth,
Yeah.
doesn't leave much room for General Flynn to help out in the administration anymore.
And so he did one of those, oh man, Mike Pence, I'm really, really sorry. President Trump, I'm really, really sorry. And those guys, as you can imagine, are like, dude, fuck. We have enough shit to deal with. We cannot have.
Well, not only are you frustrated by the shit media story then that has to go around and the disappointment of having to replace this guy, but I mean, that's pretty fucking serious. You had a guy that you were putting faith in who 3 weeks in lied to your face.
Yeah.
So better that it happens now, I guess, than 2 years down the line.
Yeah, and of course the Democrats are using it like, as a gotcha moment for the overall of the administration, which you would expect. I would expect the Republicans to do the same against Obama if something like this had happened. But
Sure.
Republicans should remember that too. Had someone on Obama's cabinet or, God forbid, Hillary Clinton's done this thing, you'd be fucking demanding jail.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Sure. So yeah, I guess they're saying it was one of those. He's going to step aside. He's going to resign when it was clearly one of those like, yeah, we'll let you say you're going to resign. We'll give you that you backed off, but get the fuck out of here. So now there's talks of who will replace, and I guess the names being tossed around now let's see, retired General Keith Kellogg will take over as the acting national security advisor.
Yeah.
Former CIA director David Petraeus
Oh, okay.
is in the talks. Wasn't he? Didn't he?
Of course, he's been convicted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the one that was telling secrets to his girlfriend or something.
Yeah, there was a secret that he disclosed, and he was convicted of it, and that's what everybody used in comparison to Hillary Clinton. Like, look, Petraeus was convicted of this, and it was like one email, whereas Hillary had how many thousands of emails. We don't even know what they said that had to have confidential information in it, and she's just going scot-free.
Right.
Interestingly, though, in this story, former AG Yates stuck her neck out again. Did you hear?
What did Sandy?
She apparently saw that this was going on while she was in place. Remember, Yates is the giraffe-necked AG,
Yes.
incredibly long neck. I mean, that was the real story there. She got blown out by Trump because she wouldn't follow the immigration order. Well, she, prior to that, had warned them that this Flynn deal was coming, that this was
a
improper,
problem.
that it was a problem, and she was discussing the legalities of it and probably a criminal charge.
Yeah.
As to him.
So she's a little nanner in their face
Yeah, a
today.
little vindicated in that respect.
Yeah. The other person, let's see, we've got U.S. Navy Admiral Michelle Howard. I'm assuming that's a typo. They obviously mean Michael Howard, among the names being touted as a replacement as well.
Good point, Mike.
Yeah.
That is a remarkable neck. I mean, am I out on a limb on this?
No, you are not, dude.
I'm not telling any tall tales when I refer to how long her neck am I?
You're not stretching the truth at all. Not even a little bit. I mean,
not out on a limb whatsoever. Fuck, that's like 6 inches too long.
Dude, you could eat from the tall leaves with that.
Yeah.
Go back to
I wonder
that
if she
other
has a
one.
big black tongue.
Did you lose it, E? I like that other one, but I don't know what you do. Do you shoulder pad up or?
I think you go.
Do you
go
go
high
necklace?
collar. You go high collar. You change the subject with. Well, she's trying to change the subject with a deep V neck, which I think is a good move. But
do you?
I do.
I think it just makes it look even
No,
longer.
but my point is, you've got to go crew neck then on your. You can't go camisole.
Yeah.
You've got to go some kind of crew neck to stop the neck and then draw the attention to the V.
What if you went choker neck chain? Try to break it into two parts.
Yeah.
Would that be doable? And the only other thing I could think is if she removed this white top and just had, like 75% of cleavage showing, and like cut it off right at the nips. Obviously, don't want to be inappropriate, but something that really draws your eyes away from the neck.
Yeah,
dude, look at these guys' necks. These guys have 2 inches of neck, and then fucking wham,
She
19
should start
inches.
wearing a tie. Honestly,
I don't even know. I don't know. A tie might look, guys.
Look at that
Imagine a
neck,
tie
dude.
Down here.
Yeah, well, depends. She'd have to have it cuffed up here. It'd have to be a specialty made shirt.
Maybe you go like Ruth Bader Ginsburg doily around the neck. You know how she and Sandra Day O'Connor used to do that stupid ruffled thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could go that.
She should have been a scarf model or something, you know?
Scarf. That's it. Scarves are in right now, at least for the time being.
They're
I
hot
think
right now.
We saw Kadog wearing one at the auto show.
Claiming it was for.
Yeah. There was just a nip in the air. Just a nip in the air.
It was not the kind. It was very lacy and very light.
Yeah.
To me.
Anyway, yeah. So she's mildly vindicated. There's a lot of bets in Vegas being taken, by the way, about whether or not Trump will finish out. Like, how long will he be impeached or step aside within 6 months?
Step aside.
Yeah.
Because of some uncovering of improper behavior.
They're also taking like seriously like 4-1 odds right now. You can win
Wow.
4-1 that he will not survive the rest of his 4-year term. Some of the other things, one of the other big popular wagers or big payouts is which member of his staff will step aside first. And I guess that's over with Flynn now. Who do you think was the lead? For a long
Spicer.
time? Spicer.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, Sean Spicer. There's no fucking way Sean Spicer makes a full
Yeah. No.
term.
Oh God. None of those guys do anyway under normal administrations. They usually have 2 or 3 of them that serve.
Yeah.
But Spicer, man, if he makes it 6 months, I'll be shocked.
I can't imagine he'll make it 6 months.
I know.
I just can't. I just don't see it. There's just too much tension there. Kellyanne Conway is another safe bet.
Yeah.
I could see.
I could see her
Kellyanne?
tiring, even with the Flynn story. She came out like an hour earlier saying, you know, we have full confidence in General Flynn. And then literally 60 minutes later, Donald is leaving some event and he comments like, yeah, I'm considering options.
Yeah, and then an hour later, he's
Resigned.
Well, for as bad as it is over here at times, it's better than North Korea. You agree with
dude.
that?
One of them got taken down to Chinatown, huh? One of the brothers?
Yes.
The Oon brothers.
Oon's half brother is fucking gone. Look at that son of a bitch. He's the Playboy version of Kim Jong
He was a cheese eater too, though. Look at him.
Yeah.
Huh? He's chubby.
Yeah.
Kim Jong Nam. Ooh.
Yeah. Would that be cool to be related to Kim Jong Un?
No.
Or
no,
one of Il's kids?
No.
You would think as long as you stayed on the good side, you could just
Yeah,
be.
but dude, it's so tenuous. You see, it's like a tightrope. You're always walking.
Yeah. Well, they say
This guy's like Caligula or some shit. He's crazy, you know. You never know what's gonna upset him, and he's gonna get paranoid. And somebody whispers in his ear about this,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, your brother Nam has to go.
it sounds like that's the big thing. Like he doesn't really know who he can trust. This was
Right.
the difference between Kim Jong Il, Kim Jong Suk. Was that his grandfather? Shit.
Sounds good.
Yeah, those two who were much older when they took power, and Kim Jong Un.
this him, really?
Those guys. Yeah, that's
No,
him.
this
That's the
one.
brother.
I mean, it says celebrity
That guy needs a neck
siblings.
man.
Yeah,
I
For
can't. I
sure.
just can't tell if that's. I guess it is.
but that's
Imagine
one of the.
pressure on that zipper. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's got that zipped all the way up. Mm-hmm. Never seen such a strong zipper in all my life.
I guess it is because look at this. Is this happening?
Wow.
Yeah, that's him. It was him.
I want to know the manufacturer of that zipper. I want to invest.
Well, now you know what. Now I mean.
That's a good product.
But yeah, that's the problem is he doesn't know who he can trust, and so it's easy to whisper in his ear right
Yeah,
now as
right.
taking over because there was a lot of people that were like, "You can't have this 30-year-old running this entire operation. This is outrageous." And so he knew that people felt like that, and so that's why he's done these purges.
Yeah.
And feed him to the dogs. That whole
Yeah,
thing.
uncles and everything fed to the dogs. Well, we saw a little bit of flavor of that this afternoon, Mike, when you and Sarah Titties. It was E who didn't know who to believe.
Yeah.
On the one hand, he's receiving texts from Sarah.
Oh, I knew who to
And then on the other
I
hand,
believe I
we
know
hear
who
a
to believe.
report from Mike. I mean, it was almost like a double agent situation going
Yeah.
on. He was totally confused. You could see how Un would struggle with this.
Well, Miss Titties, for her part, feels so bad for Eric all the time that she will sometimes be his, shoulder to cry on.
At 3:30 in the morning.
Right. When he calls her shit-faced or something, and she'll help him out. And she feels bad for him. She thinks we're, for some reason, like mean to him or pick on him or something, which is
Can't imagine.
totally
Get that
baseless. But
idea.
either way, and so I walked out there and Ian, I just warned him, like, hey, there's rumor inside that Sarah Titties is going to pretend to be nice to you. So just be heads up on it that, she could be coming in strong as a double agent.
And you could see the
a double
gear-
D double agent.
Good point.
Yeah.
Could see the one broken gear in his head starting to turn. Click, click. Smoke coming out of his ears. I don't know who to believe now.
I'll tell you that is some bullshit because I'll tell you that I don't care what she said. Nothing she said changed the feeling I had towards you and the situation of the car.
Me?
And,
Wait,
yes,
me?
Yes.
How did I get into this? This is you and Mike. This
No.
is Mike and Sarah and you're.
Because Mike thinks that I wasn't the reasoning is that she's gonna play like she's on my side and work me up so I would get mad at Jay. She didn't need to work me up. Is my point.
Well, I was just trying to warn you. I was just trying to be a helpful friend, but
Okay.
whatever. Take it for what it's worth. Anyway, so Kim Jong Nam, the eldest son of Kim Jong Il, died on his way to the hospital yesterday after collapsing at Kuala Lumpur Airport. The 45-year-old brother of Un was killed by North Korean operatives who are still at large.
Really?
Yeah. They said the two women caught a cab immediately after Jong Nam fell sick. Authorities rushed him to the hospital. They say these were female assassins.
Oh, that's awesome.
How kick-ass is
yeah,
that?
like fembots or something?
Yeah, they took him down with poisonous needles.
Ooh.
Female assassins.
Dude.
You know how hot they'd have to be to pull that to be able to Like get a guy's guard down and
Yeah. And just stuck him with a hypodermic, huh?
yeah, I guess.
Damn, you shot me in the neck.
Poison needles. He was considered the heir apparent until he caused embarrassment to Kim Jong Il. Apparently,
Did he call out his golf score?
No, he didn't. I don't think he would do that. I mean, that's grounds for death right there. What he did was in 2001, he tried to enter Japan on a forged passport to visit Disneyland.
Fucking Nam. Nam.
Yeah, he was going by the Chinese alias Peng Zheng. Very good. You mean to me is Peng Zheng just in me with the Disney word.
He just wanted to ride Space Mountain
Peng
like all the other kids.
Peng Zheng. What do you think in? I know you've dabbled in Mandarin Chinese, Jay.
Peng Zheng.
What do you think Peng Zheng means in the Mandarin the Chinese?
John Doe.
Not close.
Are the Does involved in this story again?
The Does are uninvolved, but there's this picture. Peng Zheng. What does that mean? Fat bear.
Fat bear.
He's going by the name Fat Bear.
What? That's what he put on his passport. His fake passport. What?
Wow, that's what they say.
Imagine someone coming into the U.S. with a passport. Yep, Fat Bear. Just Fat Bear.
We see it in the Indian feather not dot community all the time. Running Bear.
Running Bear.
I mean, if Running Bear comes in, or Leaky Faucet, whatever comes in with a passport.
But an Asian guy speaking North Korean.
Yes, Fat Bear. Nice to meet you. On my way to Disney World. So that got him on the outs big time. He feared for his life after falling out of favor with Pyongyang.
Sure.
And so he's kind of been living in like a virtual exile ever since.
Wonder why they decided now's the time to take him out.
Well,
Down
son of
to
a bitch
Chinatown.
has been a little chirpy on some Japanese television from time to time, talking about he kind of thinks like it's bullshit that you're just having generations of rule from one family.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I hope my brother.
Wonder how he would have
looks
felt
after
had
the-
he been the ruler.
Yeah,
You
right.
know?
Yeah. Well, they the way they sell him is this playboy, blah blah blah.
He looks like it, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, got my Kangol hat on there. Just Fat Bear up for a party.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. So
The assassin thing intrigues me. I was talking to Manny and Russell the other day. I was encouraging them to become assassins if possible.
Sure.
How sweet would that be, huh?
like John Wick assassin or
talking like like Vince Flynn novels or something, like sweet CIA operatives.
what would your weapon of choice be if you were an assassin? Would you be like a bow and arrow guy?
No. You got to be able to use everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking like a comic book superhero. Or
Like
something.
would you want those cufflinks that can shoot fucking
Sure.
darts that pass people
Sure.
out?
Yeah, if that's what Q gives me.
Just kind of give yourself a scratch on the cheek and then
Yeah, yes. I want those.
awesome.
I want everything. I
Yeah.
want shit to come out of my shoe. I want to
blow darts.
Yeah.
Dude, how fun would blow darts be if like some guy's sitting over there, there's your target, it's just like it'd be like spitballs when you were a kid, but
Yes.
with real world consequences.
Dude, believe me, I told you, Merc has whaled me with a blowgun before.
Yeah.
Several times.
Were you good with spitballs?
Not bad.
I mean, you think you still got game? Like if you were to take the pen top out of there, how many times would it take for you to blast E between the
Oh,
eyes?
let's see.
E, are you up for a game of spitball?
Did we do this like a couple hundred episodes ago?
No.
Yes, we. I'll sit here.
Wait.
No,
Oh,
yes, we did.
yeah, we
we did.
did. This led to, and guys, I'm going to need you to remain calm here. Because this is what led to E assaulting you.
Really?
Weren't you spitting spitballs at him, which he then fired something at your face?
Yes.
Really?
Or some. Maybe that's not what it was, but you were throwing something at me.
It's a
I
bad
didn't-
pen.
Is it?
Yeah, it's cracked at the top. It's not going to fly well. Yeah, it's not going to. It's cracked.
Are your bullets too big? It sounded like your bullets were too large.
Yeah, but I've got a crack going all through this. We'll get a different one on break.
Yeah, well, let's take a quick break, and then we'll...
Hit E between the eyes with a spitball.
What do you think, E? How many tries do you think before he sticks one at you?
I don't know. 3.
3. Okay.
I didn't move.
Did that hit him?
No.
It went zipping right over the bill of his hat. It's on the
Right
wall.
there.
Does that count as 1? That's 1.
Side of the head.
Tahoo.
Yeah.
It's right there.
But it didn't stick. E, look at him so he can
I know,
stick it off
I've
your
got
glasses.
a profile picture.
Last shot with this pen. Ready?
Oh.
You hit him
I'm
on the
not-
face.
It's been years.
Yeah,
Need some
sorry.
practice.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break, anyways. Did you guys give a shit what's in the gift bag for your Oscar night?
Again?
Oh, that's nauseating. Yeah, we should
Yeah.
probably read that.
Yeah, they've got a $200,000 gift bag.
But they care so much with their charities and all their bullshit.
Bastards.
We could do a lot of great work with a $200,000 gift bag from the Oscars
times,
for our
you know,
charity.
Well, yeah. Oh, that.
Don't
yeah.
sell our gift baskets short, Mike. I mean,
I know, but they're
okay.
not. They're
Got Mr. C's Car Wash. We got ReviewVintage.com shirts. We got Motor City Design Shop doing wood signs, and we got In Stock Marketing giving tactical knives.
so
it's
if their
not bad, Mike.
gift bag is $200,000, about approximate value. What would you say? How short are we of 200,000?
I don't know.
Couple.
We're short.
Bucks.
Couple.
All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll tell you what's in that goodie bag. Among lots of other things, the kid that lost his head going down the
Sure, the water slide.
yeah the plunked one or whatever, that German water slide
Yeah.
that meant insane. His family finally talked the other day, so we'll get to that and more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey, it's Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zott Ford and Holly and DealsInTheD.com. And boy, do I have an incredible deal that's going to knock your socks off. Now, and while supplies last, you get 0% financing for 72 months and over $10,000 off the sticker of a brand new 16 Ford F-150 Super Cab XLT 4x4. Friends, this isn't $10K off or 0% financing. Right now, only at Zott Ford, you get both. Surf our marvelous deals and massive inventory at DealsInTheD.com.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast. It's Mike and Jay. And Big E, of course. Happy Valentine's Day, my friend.
Yeah, you too. What'd you get Beth? Well, you don't want to say it on the air.
No, it's not that.
You're just going to give her the panoose?
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean,
you gonna surprise her when she walks in the door, just whack her across the face with a panoose?
Yeah, or the can when she walks by, just got to tap her can.
Boom. Yeah.
I love doing that. Surprise attacks from the panoose. But that's the big gift, obviously.
It's pretty romantic too, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'd like to wake them up like first thing too. If I was like with her last night, for instance, as soon as midnight hit, I would take all my clothes off really, really quietly and just like gently rest the bag on her forehead. And when she was just like, like swatting at it, and eventually I'd start dragging it further down the bridge of her nose, and she's
right
until she finally woke up.
It's special, man.
What? And I'd be like, "Happy Valentine's Day."
That's what memories are made of.
And it's like, oh,
right. Well,
and
special.
Yeah. No, you asked what I got her. Here's the thing, Jay. I last night I texted E at one point. I was like, "Hey, when you make your breakfast run in the morning, when you go out for a walk,
E fucked this up, didn't he?"
Well, I know he's got a lot on his mind, in the tent and all that. But I was just like, hey, would you, do me a solid when you go walk for your breakfast and your coffee in the morning? Will you stop by a flower shop and just grab like a dozen long stems in a vase? And then if you wouldn't mind swinging by, and I didn't get specific. You don't have to go to the mall, but like hit a Walgreens or something and get one of those heart-shaped chocolate boxes too. And then, maybe grab a card on the way home. That'd be great because, it's Valentine's Day.
There's got to be all that in pretentious Franklin. I would think Franklin would have like 8 florists.
And he, as far as I know, he never responded to me, and I haven't seen that stuff.
He needs to be better trained.
So I don't, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, hopefully E doesn't ruin your Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Well, ruin Beth's Valentine's Day, really, My Valentine's Day, I'm sure she got me taken care of. So it would really just be hurting Beth, and we know he'd kill her, so, wouldn't shock me. What did you do for Gab?
I'm going to give the panoose,
okay.
So that goes without saying. And then I got her, I'm lucky, my girl loves tulips, so I got her a couple bunches of tulips.
Yep.
Yeah, so no.
Tulips on your organ, that kind of thing?
So I knew that was coming.
Yeah, she likes tulips for real?
She loves tulips. Which is good because if you've ever bought flowers, Mike, you know that tulips are relatively inexpensive.
What does she? Where does she stand on roses?
She's not a fan of roses, and that's what I mean. It's great. So you're not dropping all this cash on roses. Just get a couple bunches of tulips, and she's very happy.
And you don't have to look like all the rest of the sheep going into those damn stores, like, all standing in line. Dozen red.
Yeah. Red means love, so I'll get red.
We're all standing in line that goes out the door for 3 times a year at this flower shop, and you're just like, boy, you see every walk of life, the guy with a long coat on and scarf, waiting in line with the fucking garbage man, as we're all like,
gotta get the roses because that's what society makes us do.
Oh, do I spring for the baby's breath too? Oh man.
All that filler, the baby's breath, and then that green stemmery that goes with it. I don't know.
There's always one fucking pretentious cocksucker in there that's like, I guess I'll do 4 dozen white because I really love her. I really need to show her, impress her with my love. I'll get 4 dozen red. Throw in a teddy bear, the big one, yes. And then balloons. And you're like,
dude, buying teddy bears for.
Yeah.
Dude, I was talking to the florist that I encountered yesterday, and they were very, very busy, obviously taking care of pre-orders, which I think is the smart thing to do. If you're going to order roses, you better have them pre-ordered. But I said, wow, busy day you got going here, huh? Master of the obvious. Just trying to get the conversation going, right?
Light, started off light.
Yeah. Just want to talk with the florist.
Opening the doors.
Right?
Yeah.
And she responds, well, yeah, it's pretty busy. I'm like, pretty busy? This has to be like the Super Bowl for a florist. Are you kidding me? She says, no, Mother's Day.
Oh,
is by
really?
far the worst day or worst, quote unquote, best day for them. Mother's Day, yeah. So if you think about it, I mean, what are you going to get your mom other than flowers on Mother's Day, right?
Yeah.
It's like the only thing. Whereas Valentine's Day, you can give the panoose to your wife.
And there's lots of Big E's out there that he's not, like, yeah, he's in a committed relationship with TCG, but he's not going to get TCG flowers.
Right,
You
exactly.
know what I mean? So,
But for Mother's Day, he'll get Francis flowers.
sure. Yeah.
Hi, Mrs. Fady.
Hi,
Mrs. Fady. Thank you for your donation.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get too much further, Mike.
Sure.
Save massive money on all demos in stock at Zott Ford and Holly. For example, save $13,000 on a new 17 Ford Explorer Platinum, the most loaded Explorer on the planet, or save $17,000 on a new 16 Ford Expedition Limited. Both are four-wheel drive and have virtually every safety and luxury feature known to man. Hurry, when they're gone, they're gone. And don't forget, Mike, for the month of February only, when you buy or lease your next new or used vehicle from Zott Ford, you'll get $500 in free travel from Deals in the D VIP travel website. Yes, that is $500 of free hotel stays, only for the month of February and only from your friends at dealsinthed.com.
Really?
Yeah, think about that. Added bonus.
I could go for a free hotel stay. You could use free hotel stays.
He loves hotels.
I do love hotels, obviously.
Deals in the D is giving away free hotels
Yeah,
now.
now all I got to do is get enough
Just
money
this
for a
month.
car.
$500 worth. That's pretty significant.
That is a lot of money in hotels, especially
Well,
if
it
you do it right.
depends.
And there's no
Not
small
at the
writing.
Waldorf,
Like
it's not.
this is the deal, dude. There's no small writing on this. You go in and you say, no, I heard the
Yeah.
Detroitcast tell me $500 from our friends at Zott Ford.
Yeah.
Couldn't you just
And,
give $500? I mean, how do they get it that it ensures it goes to hotels?
Deals are made behind the scenes. This
Yeah.
is way beyond our pay grade.
It's not for you to figure out, E. You just go in there and enjoy them.
Don't hurt your head on this, E. Don't hurt your head.
Don't worry about it.
Speaking of great gifts and free stuff, $500 from Deals in the D. That's not bad. Just this month. Also, just this month will be the gift baskets handed out at the Oscars.
Oscars. Not Oscars So White this year. Last year that dominated the news. Oscars So White.
Yeah,
But they're happy with the diversity this time?
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess
We're not seeing any negative hashtags.
I wonder if there's any sort of behind the scenes, like, oh yes, we're gonna run into a new hashtag if we don't do this right this year.
Sure, of
And
course.
so you think there were?
of course.
Do you think there were like Title IX,
dude,
like throw in like
there were
just-
quotas this year for sure?
You think
Yeah.
behind the scenes it was like, dude, we've got for every 3 white guys, we got to throw in a black guy, even if
Absolutely.
he sucks, just
Absolutely,
gratuitously.
Mike.
We do not need a hashtag taking us down to Chinatown.
I believe it with all my heart.
In their defense, the hashtag Oscars So White, it is remarkable when you look at the panel of voters for
The
the
Academy?
Oscars, the Academy
Yeah.
itself, when they do their like annual team photo. And it's
Yeah.
like, whoa, it's blindingly white and old. So I guess in some ways they have an argument, but
Just know that all white people are fucking devils.
yeah,
And you got that.
agree with that. Yeah, it's true. It's
We
true.
did this last year, if you remember. Wasn't that when they had the penis enlarger?
Penis enlarger.
They had
Eee.
money for penis enlargement.
Good callback. I
Either
remember
money or
that.
surgery or
Yes.
something.
Oh, it's part of the
Someone was-
gift bags?
Yes.
Wow. We need to find a way to get one of those things. I'd love a dick enhancement surgery.
Hell yes.
Wouldn't that be sweet, E?
Oh, I could.
Jay, obviously, I don't know if they have the
You
reduction
guys would
surgeries
mess with
available.
your dicks like that?
No.
Well,
I'm,
make it
I think
huge.
I think I'm just saying that I have a small penis, Jay. So
Yeah.
I'd like a bigger one.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a bigger one.
could use
Jay, you're fine.
I just wish they had like a penis enlarging system that, like, instead of a surgery.
Jay
was just
doesn't
like-
want penis
Of
enlargement.
course he doesn't.
I'm not
He doesn't
messing
even
with
have-
my dick.
he doesn't
I
even
am
have
not messing with my
Pants
dick.
barely fit now. Why would he want it bigger?
Dude, stop, okay? Enough with the big dick
But like,
jokes.
Mike, don't you wish they just?
Okay, I've shouldered this for years. It makes me sad.
Mike, instead
Yeah.
of surgery though, like I just wish they had like a penis enlargement that was like a gel that I could just stroke my penis and it would get bigger, like a gel.
Yeah, a jack-off gel that
But it
makes
would
your dick
also
grow.
make it bigger.
What about the
Stroke
pump,
your penis
E?
to completion? Yeah, the
Those
pump,
pumps
dude.
are supposed to be pretty good. You pump
I
your
don't
thing
hear
up.
that. I don't hear for the ones that
The penile pump?
Dude,
They
I've seen the
work.
pictures
I've
on the
definitely seen the pictures, and people say that it works.
Yeah, on the porn sites,
Yeah.
they're like they show a guy
Before and after, I think.
They
even.
show him putting his like 1-inch dong into
Yep.
this pump, and then he's like fucking
You know what
yeah.
you know what I got caught watching? You mentioned that.
Caught by who? Francis?
Myself. No, just
TCG.
stupidly. I was watching some porn, and they have one. They're right. They always have those things, and one of the videos is like showing a guy like put his dick in like a lettuce and be like, "Oh, go to this and see how it will make your dick big."
Lettuce.
And I just was like, I was interested, I guess, just because I was like,
Sure.
what's going on here?
Well, let's be honest. Even if it's just a tiny, tiny chance that it's true that fucking a head of lettuce will make your dick bigger, I'm intrigued as well.
Head. You get it, Mike?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
So, like, I ended up sitting through some video, and it kept telling you, like this guy robotically telling you about how he had problems and how girls only like big dicks. And he keeps saying, "Oh, and we'll get back. We'll let you know in a second how you can do." And I went like 5 minutes, I think, and finally I was like, "Fuck this," and I stopped listening. But like, I don't know why I for that reason that time was curious.
So did you fuck a head of lettuce or not?
No, I didn't.
Dude, if you think there's actually a way to make your dick bigger and it's going to be hidden on some porno that you're watching, like. They'd be screaming from the mountaintops. This would be more advertised than Mike Lindell's My Pillow.
Yes, My Pillow.
I know. You know what it was?
My Pillow makes your dick bigger.
I think I wanted to like hear them
It'd be
explain
all over
it
everything.
to me or something. I don't know what it was, dude.
It just sounds too exaggerated to the common person out there.
You think I've got a patented feel? You should see how our patented feel makes your dick bigger.
My wife's really going to be upset about this.
Or not.
Well, they don't have a thing that'll make your dick bigger this year, as far as I know. What they do have for the Oscars night post-event goodie bag, at a value of $200,000, top of the list are 5 holidays.
Holidays, oh God.
Including a 6-day Hawaiian getaway at a luxurious villa on Kauai's South Shore.
I haven't been on holiday for too long.
Yeah. That's $12,000. $22,000 3-night stay at the Lost Coast Ranch in Northern California. I believe that's wine country. Also included are 3 days at the $1,000 a night Grand Hotel Tremezzo in Lake Como.
Ooh.
Isn't that where what's his name lives?
Sounds inviting. Who?
Isn't that where Clooney is at? Isn't he Lake Como?
I thought you were going to say the Comos.
No, Lake
Andrew
Como. Well, I could be wrong. I don't know. There's also an array of health and beauty handouts. $50,000 for a 10-year supply of oxygenating makeup product, Oxygenetics.
Can you imagine how obsolete that's going to be after like 3 years?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, right. 10 years from now, you're going to be using that same makeup. Are you kidding me?
They've also got Hydroxycut. Well, you've been using Colors by Benetton for 20 years.
It's true.
It's they didn't even make it anymore, and you're still
just
dying
the thought
for
of it gave me a boner.
Yeah. Hydroxycut.
I love the smell of Colors by Benetton. It's so weird.
I've heard
Oh
that.
my God.
Yeah. Hydroxycut Platinum Weight Loss Supplement Pills. 10 sessions with a celebrity trainer valued at $1,500. They've also got a $35 dandy patch, which is something for if you're one of those chicks that sweats all over the red carpet and sweats through your
your beautiful gown.
Yeah, they've got these patches that are included that you can not make you not sweat through them. Home security systems for hundreds of dollars. Leonardo DiCaprio's beloved vape pen is back this year. I guess he loves this thing. It's some state-of-the-art Haze dual vaporizer valued at $310. They've also got an unusual gift in this year's take, which is a CPR Anytime company. And they teach stars how to do mouthless CPR.
So you don't have to touch the common folk.
Right. Yeah, you just like press on them a few times and you're good. So in just 20 minutes. Distinctive assets have become the most recognized goodie bag makers of the last 14 years, the company founder said. We've become such a fixture that A-list stars often call ahead to ensure their precious gifts don't get lost in the mail. Jennifer Lawrence, I've seen her butthole.
And liked it.
I liked what I saw. That Jennifer Lawrence. I guess she even gets her mom, Karen, to oversee her gift collection. We call Jennifer's mom and we say, "Where's Jen right now? Where should we send the bag?" And the mom's like, "Well, she's in France at this hotel," and they send the gift bag there.
Doesn't want to miss out on the gift bag.
No.
Wow. Apple's sitting this one out, huh? Usually they're all over it.
How many
with their newest shit?
How many do you think? You know what I mean? How many go to the Oscars? How many of these, like, if you had to make a guess, that they give out? Hundreds?
Probably.
So say it was 300. What's 300 times $200,000? Could you imagine?
Can you do it?
No, 200,000 times 300. No.
Add 2 zeros.
Really? That's it?
You got it.
3 million?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't listening to him. I was trying to find something else. They've also got apples in this one that don't brown when they're out of the fridge. When you cut them open.
Apples that don't brown.
Opal apples,
I've
which
heard of
never
this
turn
recently.
brown after cutting.
Dude, you had some weird apples about a year ago. What were those, grape apples or something like
Grapples?
that? Yeah. You were trying to sell me on those, or I
in
thought
the
they
end,
kind of
dude.
just tasted like apples.
Yeah, me too. They were supposed to be grapes and apples combined or something. Grapples, graples.
Come on.
I don't know. Yeah, this stuff is disgusting to me. Like the person on the planet who would least need any sort of handout, but at the same time, you understand why it's done.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's the same reason
Leonardo smokes my e-cig.
It's the same reason Mike Lindell's people will send us a giant cutout.
The guys need a cutout.
Send it. They know that we're talking to people that will, in turn, maybe see that, and hopefully, it's straight advertising. But I agree. It's like the last thing these fucking assholes need is a 6-night stay at a villa. And it's like, buy your own damn stay in a villa.
It is nauseating.
Yeah.
Speaking of MyPillow, though, MyPillow.com, use the TDC code.
Mm-hmm.
It's still live. It'll be live for a long time.
That's right.
Use it. Get a nice
Yes.
discount.
So
I
my
saw
guys-
on the website, it was like any discount code used will get you 40% off the other day. I don't know if that still holds, but
Yeah.
I know TDC will get you a hearty discount, so use it.
And they're taking good care of us if you guys buy pillows from them, which is a new thing. So we're really excited about that. So if you know anyone interested in buying anything from MyPillow.com,
Yeah, apparently they have more than just pillows.
they do.
They have
Yep.
the, what do you call it? The sacks you put pillows in? Pillowcases.
Yeah, good one. They've also got the things that lay on your bed.
Yeah. Sheets?
Sure. Yeah, those things.
that
And
right?
like, with patented feel in them.
Like a pillow top mattress.
Something like
Very
that.
good.
Yeah. So any of those things you can use the TDC code on.
Yeah.
Which will hook us up.
Hey, Mike, Zotford and Holly is your SUV headquarters. Treat yourself to a fresh new 17 Ford Escape SE for as low as $108 a month, or a new 16 Ford Edge SE as low as $193 a month. Both Escape and Edge are class leaders in style, safety, fuel economy, and fun. Check out their deals and massive inventory at dealsinthed.com. And don't forget, for the month of February only, when you buy or lease your next new or used vehicle from Zotford, you'll get how much?
$500.
$500.
Yeah.
And free what, E? Making sure he's listening.
Hotel stays.
Yeah, and free travel from Deals in the D VIP travel website. Yes, it's $500 of free hotel stays only for the month of February and only from your friends at dealsinthed.com.
The parents of the young boy that lost his life over the summer while riding down that slide at that Kansas water park.
Yeah.
They spoke out for the first time talking to Good Morning America yesterday. I didn't see it, of course, because of my whole, shut up, Robin problem.
You hate that. You can't watch it.
Yeah,
Is this
it's-
anything to lose our heads over? Or?
No, it's not. But they were briefly on there talking about this. The dad was like, yeah, 6 of us went to the park and 5 came back that day.
Dude.
I know.
You'd never. Oh, that's so tragic.
Caleb was the son. He was, decapitated in front of his older brother during the water park, the Schlitzenbahn water
Sure.
park in Kansas City.
Which has since been shut down, right? They took the whole thing down.
I think they're taking that slide down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very, very expensive. I mean, they put this thing up.
168-foot water slide,
Yeah.
hitting 70 miles an hour.
Serious shit. And they're just like, yeah, we're going to take this down.
So he flew off the multi-raft.
Into the netting above, right?
Multi-person raft, excuse
So
me.
as he went up, I think a ridge, the momentum chucked him up into the net, and his
Yeah.
head got caught and decapitated him.
Yeah. And then it's like 17 stories.
And then part of his
down.
body, or the head or the body, whichever or both, ended up injuring the 2 other ladies that were on the sled with him.
Yeah.
They got pretty serious facial injuries, too.
Yeah, whether they got head-butted or kneed in the face. Like, I don't know what.
Right.
Before they took off, these are the hard parts to listen to. You got this dad who is a politician, so I'm immediately like, but still, Scott there, he's like, before the brothers took off, I said, brothers stick together. And they said, I know, Dad. It was the last time he saw his son alive. You just can't imagine something like that.
Hell no.
As
God.
a parent with
it's
a
the
10-year-old.
last thing you expect.
Yeah.
Everybody's having fun at a water park.
Yeah.
God, man.
That was closed down specifically that day for these politicians to bring their families in, I believe. They decided, police launched an investigation, but decided against filing charges in this case. They weren't going to sue a slide, or bring charges against the slide, so they didn't.
Oh, I can guarantee you the slide has been sued.
Yeah, well, they did settle a case, and this is where the story gets a little bit interesting, or if you're looking for any sort of good news or bright spot in it. The details have not been made public yet, but transcripts show that Caleb's 3 brothers will be receiving lifetime payments from the Schlitzerbahn water parks and Zebek, the manufacturer of the rafts used on the slide. That's amazing.
How much does it say? Or just
It doesn't say exactly, but lifetime payments for the 3 kids. Now, only one of them saw it. The other 2 didn't see
right.
it.
Yeah, the one. Yeah.
I hope the one that saw it gets a little bit more. You know what I mean? A little more in his stocking every year.
Yeah, if you're gonna slice up that pie.
Nathan, all 3 were at the park that day, but only Nathan witnessed the fall. Moments after the tragedy, Kayla's mom is like, "What's going on over there? What's the problem?" She goes running over there. And she starts freaking out, and she's quickly met by a guy, one of the guys there, who was like, no, going any further than that. Nope.
What a gruesome scene that had
How
to
about
be.
you stay here? She's like, what's going on? I just want to see and make sure everything's like, nope. You've seen about enough. And wouldn't let her go any further. Thank God.
And the head and the body came out separately.
Yeah.
Just think of that head rolling down a water slide.
I know. I know, and I was thinking about that too when it was like, when the mom's there and it's like, well, where's my son? And it's like, well, part of him's over there, and then under that sheet, under that hand towel is the rest. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't
could have 2 different answers and not be lying, right?
No, I know. Yeah.
Be like, it depends.
Which part are you looking for?
Right.
Did you want to kiss him on the forehead goodbye, or did you want to kiss his hand goodbye? Because I need to know that before I
tell you where he is.
Tell you where to go.
Because it's 2 separate spots.
Quite a distance between them, too. So if you're looking, do you want specifically, or do you just want a general vicinity of where to go? Anyway, Scott said he quickly approached trying to get some answers. I said, I need to hear it from you. Is my son dead? And he just shook his head like, he's like, no, I need to hear it from you. Is he dead? And he's like, yeah. His head's over there. His body's over there. He's fucking dead. Boy, what a rough day that would be. The family said faith is what is keeping them going and keeping them strong. They said that the reason they've chosen to speak out now is because of the boxes and boxes of cards and letters from people they've gotten from all over the world.
Well, any parent could relate to a day like that. You're just there having fun, and it's the most tragic thing.
I really want to know how much that money is, though.
I know. I do
Is
too.
it $10,000 a month? Is it $50,000 a year?
It's millions.
No, but
for life.
So
like,
what is it per though?
It said annual, which means you couldn't just blow your wad like,
which is
June
ideal.
of 2020, and then you're like fucked, which, is a real concern.
No, it'd be better to get.
But if you're getting annual payments.
Yeah, this company is banking on these kids dying early, like their brother.
You might want to watch out for some suspicious early deaths.
Yeah, they might have some free passes to another water park, if you know what I mean.
Why don't you try this slide right over here?
A special slide just for you.
How come no one else is on it?
Yeah, well, I don't know how much longer that park will survive, so I'm glad they threw the raft company in there, too, to make payments.
Yeah, right.
Because if that thing goes belly up,
Yep.
they're off the hook.
Yeah. Hey, Amazon link. Don't forget about that in this flurry of activity with our donations. And you got to remember to support us, okay? If we don't exist, then our homeless fundraiser doesn't exist, okay?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So Amazon link is a great way to support us. You don't have to take any money out of your pocket. You just go to DetroitCast.com. There you will find a link to Amazon. You shop as you normally do, and the show gets a little bit of a kickback. So it's just an excellent way to support us, again, without writing us a check or doing anything crazy like that.
We should probably get to email, Jay, and wrap this show up. I did have a story about making a murderer that I wanted to talk about. There's a book coming out. Can we order that book?
Yeah, the prosecutor, right? He's coming out and talking. He's
it's kind of a lengthy
pissed,
story.
Right? He's been villainized through this whole thing.
Well, we can go through it tomorrow in detail. I mean, we could do it now, but it's a little longer. But yeah, Ken Kratz is the attorney, the lead guy in that, and he's got obviously, and we knew this. You were saying this from the beginning, like, there's another side of this story that we're not fully hearing. I don't think that changes my thoughts on the Brendan Dassey part. But this book is written by him, and hopefully we can hook up an interview with him. I'd love to talk to him about it. And lastly, before email, Jay, You see Playboy's returning back to nudity.
Yeah, that didn't last long, huh? Like 6 or 8 months.
Well, Hefner's got that kid Cooper, who's like 25. He's like his chief operating, blah blah blah.
It's like, what are we doing? Not showing titties in Playboy?
Yeah.
What?
Where's
What?
the vagina and the
What?
titties, Pop?
Yeah.
Where's my titties, Pop? He hated this move from the get. Like, he hated it. He was like, what? Are you kidding? We show pussies. Yeah, we're better than the other ones because we don't show vagines like urinating. You know, like we avoid that stuff. We don't show insertion, but we show titties and asses. That's our game.
And then what did they become for this few month period? Were they more like a Maxim? Where
Yeah.
There's just like hot chicks and
Yeah.
stories?
Yeah.
Okay. Does Maxim have nudity? They do a little bit, don't they?
It's like
not
it's
really.
like partial nudity. She'll be covered, or like the body. If the
All right.
body's naked, the hand will be on the tits.
So that's what the new Playboy was going for, and now
Right.
you're saying they're going back to their old ways.
They are. I guess they're showing titties and asses for sure, but they're not doing like spreading my lips, like not doing that stuff. But you know, whatever.
Neither Majora nor Menorah.
I don't think so.
The mons pubis is not primarily what they're showing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
might show a little landing strip there if it happens to be there.
yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But he said today we're taking our identity back and reclaiming who we are. I'm with you, Coop. But like the former Scott Flanders, the chief executive who since left Playboy, he said the magazine has been left behind by the spread of porn, online porn. It's as simple as that. You're one click from every sex act imaginable for free. So it's just passé at this juncture. So anyway, the experiment failed. We knew it would.
Well, the fact is, it has to be strong with its articles. People have to be reading it for the articles because of what you just said.
Right.
They're not going to go there to get porn anymore, right? Think about that back in the day. Dude, we were talking about that yesterday, how we used to buy cheap candy at corner liquor stores or bookstores or whatever. In my case, it was the Reading Express at Chatham Square at 11 and Middlebelt. And we used to, if you could go in there with like $1.25, you could walk out with tons of candy. Well, the interesting thing too is you're like a 9 or 10-year-old kid, and directly behind you is this wall of porn magazines.
Nice.
And so as you're looking through your candy, you're basically rubbing asses with these guys who are coming in and scoping out Playboys and Hustlers and all
And this
that
was
shit.
before they started bagging those things. Like they've since sealed
they had
a lot of those
They had like a cover that the magazine sat behind.
but you could pull the magazine
Correct.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, so they weren't bagged in the plastic or whatever. Guys were just pulling them out, flipping through them.
Right.
So as a little kid, you're kind of like, oh, well, I'll pick out some Mike and Ike's and check out some titties.
What's going on over there?
It's kind of crazy, but it's crazy to think like these guys are buying magazines.
Dude, it's like kids growing up today, even kids E's age.
It's so obsolete. It's like a payphone. You don't get it was.
You can't possibly understand what that must have been like for guys, because we even missed a lot of that. Like by the time we weren't going and buying Playboys kind of guys, but there was a time when people that wanted to develop film had to go to an actual store and here I am banging this chick in my diaper.
Here I am at the photo mat.
I'm Mr. Brown coming in. Like I had to develop those photos. Like, yeah, go get him, son. Some old guy with some chick himself dressed up, fully diapered in a giant adult playpen,
Going,
Wah!
wearing a bonnet.
baby needs diaper.
It was the best. And Mr. Brown would come in his fucking like brown trench coat, like textbook, dude, like typecast, like what you'd
Chester
see.
the molester.
Yeah, and he'd walk in and it was just like, welcome, Mr. Brown. How are you today? I'll get these up for you. How soon do you want them? In an hour. It was like, hell yeah. Make Mr. Brown's copy, make my copy. It was awesome, but he had to do that every day. He had to pull up at that place like,
yeah.
Oh, man.
It's a
Because
lot
there
easier
were
now,
other,
isn't it?
like if he went to Meijer or something, he wouldn't be able to do that. He had to find specific places that would just be like, yeah, whatever, it's $1.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Some private little hole in the wall place. That would
Yeah. Or go somewhere and like, sir, I guess I'll take this bottle of, mouthwash, new toothbrush, and Playboy cherry.
And buff.
Dude. Ample bosom, please. Yeah, but you just don't have to deal with that anymore.
Hey, we have some email, Mike.
What do we got?
Well, I don't know if you know this. I'm a little late to the game on this. It's a couple weeks old, but the Wee Wisp is on Twitter.
Oh, man. Wait, he's on Twitter?
He's on Twitter.
Under
Hi,
Wee
everyone.
Wisp?
Thanks to a suggestion from my friend Travis, I've decided to join Twitter, says the Wee Wisp. You can follow me at Wee Wisp.
No way.
Yeah, I'll do my best to share a daily tweet, but no guarantees.
Oh,
because
that we.
the
I thought you were
thumbs
talking
on
about
my
the
front
witch,
hands-
dude. I'm sorry.
The thumbs on my front hands don't work so well. Look forward to tweeting with everyone. Good day, wee wisp. Yeah, the wisp.
I tweeted.
Do you
with
follow
the Wisp.
the Wisp?
I do follow the Wisp.
I'm gonna have to follow the wisp.
I think we're talking about the Wee Witch. The Wee Witch would be badass to
The
have on
wee
there
witch
too.
is going to school. We talked about this, didn't we?
He's taking people to school.
No,
or
my
he's-
man is going to school now. 1 year after being saved from that ditch, he is off to school.
Yeah.
My little man.
Yeah, Hogwarts. We talked about
We
it.
did talk about it. He's not a witch, and he's not going to Hogwarts.
Well, take it up with his family. They're the ones that said it, not me.
Brian writes in a note about Eddie Murphy's Delirious. This came up yesterday, I think, when we were talking about lemonade, that cool, refreshing drink. Hey, Elvis, we got to win this race.
We gotta win this race.
Yeah, that's a line from Eddie Murphy's Delirious, which is probably like 1984, 85-ish, right?
Yeah.
And that was huge when we were
Do you like
kids.
Raw or Delirious
Oh,
better?
Delirious,
Yeah,
for
me
sure.
too. Me too.
I remember I had a cassette tape of Delirious, and that may be one cassette tape that I just broke because I used it so much. Like, I
Yeah.
listened to every second of that a million times.
So
Loved
good.
it.
Me too. And Dice's. I did that with Dice too.
Yeah.
Dice. Yeah. When his cassette first came out, it was probably more like bootlegged than anything. That was back when bootlegs would go around, and I remember that Dice one with the nursery rhymes. Little boy blue, he needed the money. Oh, like all that shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. A note about Eddie Murphy's Delirious, says Brian. That shit absolutely holds up today. I remember watching that video in high school and laughing my ass off. It's one of the best stand-ups of all time, although probably highly offensive to all the snowflakes in this world nowadays. I still catch myself dropping one-liners from it frequently. Gay men are the best friends to have. You don't want anything from them. They don't want anything from you. Yeah, they're everywhere. Love the show. Keep up the great work and have a good day. Brian in Phoenix. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that. Maybe it does hold up. Maybe.
I think it's. I have it on DVD if you want to borrow it. I have Raw.
It's good.
Do you remember? Were you a big fan of the Dice ones, by the way?
No.
No.
It was okay. But,
What?
But Eddie Murphy's Delirious was, that's the one.
Was he doing? Is that the one? No.
That's Aunt Bunny falling down the stairs. Oh, Lord God, Jesus, help me.
Is she still falling?
Yeah. She falls for like 10 minutes. Goody goo goo, motherfucker.
Goody goo goo, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with his drunk dad.
Yes.
His drunk dad in the barbecue.
Now that's a fire.
Now that's a fire. Goody goo goo. Russ, your kid slammed his face in the water, Russ, and came up with a fish, and then said, goody goo goo. What the fuck is goody goo goo, Russ? Isn't that what
Yes,
I don't remember. It's been so many years since I heard it, but yeah, it was fucking amazing. Very good stuff.
We will save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
All right,
Need
sounds
to get
good.
E back outside.
Yeah, get into your tent, E. Be careful out there. It's you're not in a safe spot. We've had some close calls in the past, E. So keep your head on a swivel. And
don't forget, E. It's a fart game, son. You'll play one day. Don't fart in that tent, E.
I can't help it sometimes.
Yeah, it'd be clam bacon in there.
Yeah. And so what's the rule again? If we hit 20 grand today,
Hey, we got to hit 20 grand in the next 5.5 hours. If we don't, then E stays on his cot and he bores us to death with just simply reading text from people.
Yeah.
If we hit 20 grand by 9 p.m. tonight, and we're almost to 17, okay, we need some big movement.
Yeah.
If we hit 20 grand by 9 p.m., we will yank his cot, he will sleep on the
And
concrete,
serve him beers.
and we will serve his ass beers. In fact, why don't we just tap that keg that's out there? It might be 4-year-old beer, but beer nevertheless, Mike.
I've got a keg in the back that is tapped.
That's
I don't know how
sufficiently nasty.
I don't know how good the beer is. I think it's a keg of Labatt's.
Dude, it can't be good. It's been tapped for years.
It's pressurized, dude. Those kegs
Mike.
can sit in those things. It's in a fridge.
It's ridiculous.
There's
It's
no
in
way
a
that beer
fridge.
is good.
E, I'll let you be the judge of it. I think it's Blue Light, actually.
Oh, that does sound good.
Yeah? Blue Light, that cool, refreshing drink.
We gotta win
This
this race. All right.
All right, let's do it. Let's get out of here. We'll keep you updated as to Ease Day. Thanks everybody for listening, contributing to the shelter drive. We as always appreciate that. We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll see you then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.